to the future Doctor in the room.
Mm.
In case you hadn't been around Sunday, if you were overslept or hungover.
Sunday.
When was it? Sunday lunchtime, Sunday afternoon-ish? You weren't in the morning.
Sunday, yeah, it was Sunday. It wasn't
I
even
saw
at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
It was like just before, because everyone was like, "What a random day and time!" Like you could have at least waited till the 14th.
A day in time.
Everyone said, "Oh, done it at 2 p.m. because it would have been 1,400 hours." Hello everyone, welcome to Nerd Brother Podcast episode 200. Yeah!
Oh my God, it's 200!
100 episodes ago, we embarked on the next 100, and here we are. Season 2 is complete.
Season 2.
Technically, we're on season.
Thank God for Disney Plus. We've already got another 3 or 4 seasons renewed already.
Well,
so.
technically, we're like season 4. If you're doing it in years, it's season 4. If you're doing it in, this is a new 100. This is it. This is it.
The third 100.
We start the third 100. We're on the road to the 300th anniversary. It starts today. That's not a very good Stephen Moffat impression, but you know what it is? A man who sounds like he writes fiction. We are obviously talking about the big news this week about the Doctor, but probably not the one you're expecting. That was a pleasant surprise. We got some
Say
bits
the least,
and the pieces, and I'm going to make sure, first off, to actually take a picture for the thumbnail, because I keep forgetting every other fucking week.
Ooh, eh?
Ooh. Yes. Let's do a laughing like Tom Baker one.
I'm probably on crack, but
That looks sinister as what the
That's heavy metal. I'm screaming. Ah!
No, you must die, Doctor. Die.
Die, Doctor.
Die, Doctor. What else have we done this week? Why is there so little space for all these things? Why is there only 18 hours left? I'll have to look at that.
Oh dear.
I'll have to look at that. Basically, when the files are done, and then it takes up time, but I don't save these, so because I put it on our drive. So
Put it on our drive.
yeah,
got it from Curry's.
Fuck me, I can't be asked to do all this shit again. But anyway, So what are we doing? It's a podcast. Welcome everyone. I'm George. That's Connor.
Hello, mate.
If it's your first time, fucking good luck. This gets slightly more polished after each milestone. Until one day it'll be perfect, but it will be 15 years in the future, and we'll both be dead.
And our kids will take our place,
or they'll just be radio silence.
They'll become Kang the Conquerors. They'll become
it'll just be like
space and time.
Hello and welcome to. We could do what Mandalorian do, and then we can just have AI like replicants of our voices talk about stuff in the future.
And that's how we keep everything voice locked.
R2, D2. You know what? On reflection, like that's not a. It's the vocal performance isn't bad considering that that's all AI, but also Mark Hamill was actually on set for like reference and some of the things like to help with the mapping of his face. Because if you watch the gallery for Book of Boba Fett,
I've seen images go around of Luke actually in the costume.
You've seen images, yeah. Do you know do you know what the weirdest thing of that is? It's Mark Hamill without a beard.
No, but old man Mark Hamill.
Yeah, because it's like I'm used to Mark Hamill being old. I'm used to Mark Hamill being without a beard. Yeah. I'm not used to both of those things at the same time. Because when he was young, he had no facial hair, and it's stoic Jedi beard from like 2015 onwards.
2015, yeah.
Because he did the thing with the movies and the things, right? Yeah, see? And yeah. Oh, God, I do like, I like Star Wars. Like I do.
You don't like Star Wars.
But I like Star. Yeah, so I like Star Wars. That's it. That's the end of the episode, everyone. Bye bye. Since May the 4th, I've been watching them all. Like I've finished the prequels now. I'm on Solo.
Okay.
Still having fun.
I did
Rogue One.
I did majority of Revenge of the Sith, and then I've been playing KOTOR 2, or Knights of the Old Republic, the real Star Wars, but to purists. The non-canon legend timeline, which won't ever come up ever again, but
never
the fun era of Star Wars for me.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, no, I definitely will want to go back and do a tier list because out of boredom, but also because my mate sent me a Marvel tier list. I mean, not we're going to talk about Marvel, but I got sent a tier list. I then sat down and did all the Marvel stuff in a tier list. So I'm going to do the same for Star Wars when I've watched everything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe all of it. Mandalorian, all the shows included. I'm going to rank everything.
More like Mandalorian, am I right?
Oh, controversy.
I know. I like Mandalorian. Mandalorian it's fun. It's one of those fun things, you know. Sort of do, you know, Clara, am I a good man, kind of thing. What the fuck am I talking about? So we got like a bit of news, really, but like not major.
It doesn't feel like a lot's happened this week, no.
But one big thing's happened that we're gonna fucking not rip into. Like we're gonna fucking dissect. We're gonna fucking absorb and be at one with the entire universe.
Oh, right.
What the fuck am I looking for? So this was something I was going to talk to you about before, and then I was like, save it for the episode.
Yeah, this conversation, which definitely didn't happen off camera, and I don't know what he's on about.
Rumour has it that the next director for Fantastic Four being eyed up is
David Ayer for Fantastic Beasts.
David Ayer? Why the fuck would Fantastic Beasts be directed by David? That's not the right franchise. The Fantastic Four.
David Yates, I meant not David Ayer, for fuck's sake. David Yates.
David Yates.
Yeah.
The world's most literal director, apart from Tom Hooper, who's just as equal. Like, I like Les Mis, but the main thing I like about that is that I'm watching Les Mis and not having to spend £75 to go and watch Les Mis. And Hugh Jackman's quite good at singing, but we all knew that. And he's got a lovely face and mutton chops.
Mm-hmm.
Do you reckon that's secretly like Hugh Jackman's contract? Like, I have to have shit facial hair. Look, I don't mind playing the part, mate, but what's my facial hair situation? Is it
I just want to
shit?
have a moustache. I just want to have a tash. I want to have.
You want me to have a goatee? No, fuck that, mate. What I want is I want a big handlebar moustache. All right. Fucking grab onto it and fucking run myself over a fucking koala or something. I don't know.
You know Hulk Hogan? Yeah, I liked him when I was a kid. Yeah, I liked Hulk Hogan, mate.
I want something that they can grab onto and I can beat them up with, fucking gel it down and just fucking hit them around the head with me fucking mutton chops.
And put some shrimps in the barbie with it.
I mean, Real Steel 2 would have been completely different. Real Steel 2.
He would have had the facial
coming
hair,
2024.
He would have had.
I want a robot moustache with fucking fists on the end. I want to fist my people in the face from my face. You know what I'm saying, mate?
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I honestly.
I'm imagining the poster, right? Hugh Jackman in his boxing face.
I'm gonna fuck your
fists.
I'm gonna fucking fist your fucking face. 5 stars from Metro. Oh, good
Jesus.
times. But yeah, the
hell.
director rumoured to be like, because
David Yates.
John Watts left the project,
What?
citing creative differences, because well, not creative differences. Sorry, he wants a break from the superhero movies, which is fine when
That
he's.
seems to be a trend with everyone in the industry lately.
I think when you make the Russos, you know, it's acceptable. They did 4 of them, and 2 of them were the biggest movies of all time, in
yeah.
the 2-part fucking Avengers finale, and being the first director to complete a trilogy, John Watts, you know,
yeah.
having a lot to juggle in terms of being between
Pleasing
Sony
2
and
legal companies. Yeah, 2 legal parties.
So why would he not do that? And it's like, makes sense. It's unfortunate, and everyone's like, everything's a bit convenient because obviously, spoiler alert for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but you fucking seen it by now if you want to see it, you silly bastards.
Yeah,
There's spoilers all over TikTok. Obviously, John Krasinski being in it, everything's kind of lining up for him to be the MCU.
The
Reed
ideal.
Richards. Like, is he going to come back, or is it they're just fucking with us? Like, Jack
it's Marvel.
Ryan's ending, and
That's a bit suspicious, alright,
and the
isn't
director leaves, and what does John Krasinski do very well? It does a direction
The Office
very well.
reboot. The Office again. No, just to fuck us all over. The Office again.
Like, but something I've seen, I do not dislike. In fact, judging by this person's work, I like it very much.
Who is going to be
So the
chucked in the
person
mill?
if you could guess one name, have a guess, and then I'll ruin it
more
by
like
telling you the answer.
Yeah, or more like who would I want to do a Fantastic Four movie? Off the top of my fucking head, if I was putting the film above the universe, the Marvel universe, and it was just going to go for the Oscars and just be like, yeah, this is my creative dream, then I would give a shout out to. Heck, I'd say like not that it would fucking work, but like David Fincher comes to mind, a Tarantino. Heck, Martin Scorsese, if he ever changes his fucking mind.
Okay,
No,
realistically,
I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of people.
Well, did you know? Like, this is before I say it, so I'm just like
Yeah.
prolonging the wait for you. That
Yeah, that's fine.
Peyton
Do it.
Reed was attached to direct Fantastic Four OG
Yes, I had heard
and wanted to
about
set
this
it in the 60s.
in the 60s. Which, funny enough, in the video that we may or may not watched, might have come up kind of
Maybe.
loosely.
But
Mm.
this director, how would you feel about a Fantastic Four movie directed
Bye.
by Bryce Dallas Howard?
I mean, I've not seen any of her directing work, I don't think.
Mandalorian.
One episode. She's done a few, right? She's not
She's
done the whole
She's
thing.
done 3. She's done 2 episodes on Mando, and then she did the was it the Luke episode of Boba?
But what movies has she done, or is it just that is she a TV coming into film?
I think she obviously following the
mean-
footsteps of her amazing father. You know who her father is, right? Tell me. Tell me you know. Well, think of
No,
someone.
Ron Howard.
Yes.
Thank fuck. Thank fuck. That's the only name. And Howard the Duck. Bryce Dallas Howard the Duck.
Ron Howard.
Yeah,
is
Ron
her-
Howard.
That's like.
Yeah,
you
I was
know.
like, yeah, if it ain't a different surname, then I would have been stumped. All right,
But
good.
Bryce Dallas Howard is rumoured to be in talks to direct Fantastic Four. John Krasinski serving as executive producer,
Okay. Uh-huh.
like on board as a producer capacity, which
He
know
could help
it
involve
worked
it,
wonders
make
for Margot Robbie, because it was like, no, if I'm going to play this character, I want to be a cross playing this character. I want to play her and justifiably play her like up to like I want to do this properly and for the fans. But also, tell me how you feel about this bit. They would then both star in the film.
What?
As
So
Reed and Sue.
So she's Invisible Woman.
I don't hate it.
I don't know. I don't.
And she's got a free schedule now that Jurassic World's done.
Well, yeah. Everything's aligned.
Like Emily Blunt, obviously, because you'd think
Real
you
life
know,
chemistry.
real life chemistry, the marriage, like they work so well together, like on and off screen. Like A Quiet Place is just fucking the epitome of fucking like that is to a T. That's amazing. They are a good team. But she's constantly been asked about it, and it's been like, no, stop asking me these questions, stupid thing, which might be a
Stupid
diversion
people.
tactic, or
Exactly. It could be.
you know,
I'm not in the
she was-
movie.
She was originally Black Widow until like she was like, oh, you can't do it because you're pregnant, and then it's Scarlett Johansson, and they're sort of never
Yeah.
like gone back searching for it. It's never been a thing of come up like, Emily would be great
Black
for this,
Widow
and
in the
she's gone, yeah.
multiverse. Yeah.
Like it's never been like, so I wouldn't be surprised if she was like, no, I'm kind of good like over here. Like she's done Mary Poppins. Jungle Cruise will inevitably get a sequel because they're desperate for a fucking Pirates of the Caribbean style fucking franchise. Because God knows
Wait, she
that's not gonna-
directed Jungle Cruise.
No, like she was in it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Bryce.
No, I'm talking about this
Emily
is Emily Blunt
now.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Sorry.
like why I think
Sorry.
she might be. I'm good over here.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
I don't hate Bryce Dallas Howard like in general because like wowza.
Lovely
but,
lady.
Yeah.
Gone a long way since Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Not a terrible Gwen Stacy for
No,
that universe.
For that universe. No.
It's epitome of
It just didn't get
60s.
developed.
The Raimi is the 60s. And then it's the fucking grunge phase, fucking 80s and 90s for Amazing Spider-Man. And that worked, the things. But, yeah, I think if you have those kind of creative minds behind the scenes of the film, the force is strong with that. In terms
Pun
of that, that's,
intended.
yeah. I still, like, who did I see? So literally, I saw a thing. I think I saved it on TikTok. But you tell me, pray tell,
I tell you.
what you think of like any other stuff you've seen this week? Because that was the main thing that I was like, save that.
Bryce Dallas Howard as a director. Another movie in the trip of the multiverse. Well, a bit of fuel has been added to the fire over the multiverse. Because in one corner we have Marvel, we have the MCU, and we have Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. But also we have a smaller scale, sort of indie flick, sort of distributed by A24. I went to see it last night. It's in the form of Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
How was it?
Doctor Strange didn't explain shit. me and George have been discussing off camera, but like, I get, if you've done your homework, you've sort of rewatched the MCU, you'll get more enjoyment out of it. But this really isn't accessible to a lot of newcomers. The multiverse concept in the movie format is a sort of relatively new concept anyway. I mean, time travel's been done loads of times, but seeing yourself in another reality, then going, wait, which one am I supposed to keep track of? Audience, I'm with you to some extent. It will throw you off, and Doctor Strange doesn't do the best job at making it clear. Well, watch Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee Curtis fucking do it all for you. Smaller bunch of... Well, I'd say it's not all Asian actors. It isn't an Asian-made film, but it's a half, like, foreign drama that then just escalates and builds and really just sells the multiverse as this batshit crazy thrill ride that only gets better, that only gets explained. It does take breaths. It's laughter, sadness, horror. It's a movie that is all over the place. 2 hours and 20 minutes, so it actually got its time, unlike Doctor Strange. It just, at the end of the day, it's just magnificent thrill ride, and it's like the best thing I've seen in months. So it's totally worth this fucking beef that Jamie Lee Curtis has been throwing at Doctor Strange.
Go and see it.
Yeah, everything, everywhere at once. It's one of those movies that I can't talk about without giving nothing away. But honestly, just go and watch it.
I will try and get to that. Just like how for
beautiful movie.
Somehow now, I want to go and see Top Gun Maverick.
What, you just woke up overnight? You just want to see it?
No, last night. So last night, me and Connor, we went to see Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness because he'd not seen it yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'd got back because I was in Manchester for the weekend for a wedding, so I saw it literally the Thursday morning. Then had to drive up there on the Friday, so I was like, got to get it in and get it on the podcast, get it on the old fucking algorithm,
get it on the algorithm,
and
get it out there.
I saw it again, and obviously, the hype and that, like, it's a letdown. Only if you've allowed yourself to get away with, like, get caught up in the hype, which a lot of people have, myself probably to a point included. But the 4DX experience is so much better. Because you feel like you're in it, like, especially because... So we had, like, adverts for it that's, like, I think one of them wasn't 4DX.
Did you get an extended look at Top Gun?
Yes.
Yeah, so not to cut you off, but yeah.
We had the Top Gun trailer.
Yeah.
With the seats frowning about on the planes, and it's like, that film's going to be amazing.
Ridiculous.
But then we had the extended look, which is 5 minutes of... one of the opening training montages thing.
It felt ages, but yeah.
Did you have that in your 4DX as well?
It felt like it went on for 10. I was like, this is long.
This is amazing. Like, it was like,
good, but it was long.
I was like, this... Like, I am not a fan of how Tom Cruise conducts himself in terms of, like... One, he's a Scientologist. Two, he's a bit like, I must be referred to as young man in every film and go out with the hot, sexy young woman. And if they age up naturally, fuck that. They can't be near my own age. But I was like, oh fuck, this does look like it would be like, because my one regret is not seeing Moonfall in 4DX.
That was a fun experience.
But I'm like, Top Gun, yes.
Oh no, I'm all for it.
Especially with that trailer, and like some bloke went fucking hell, is it all going to be like this? It's like, mate, this is only the trailers, mate. The Thor one wasn't. Thor one wasn't in 4DX because they put the Thor Love and Thunder teaser in front of it.
No. So but then neither was Doctor Strange until like a couple of months before release. Because then even these fucking eyebrows, like, you felt it.
But like literally the first battle in it, and it's like fuck, and then they jump down like the pillar that's sliding. It's like Jesus Christ! And every time they open the portal, like the flashlights and the
it was
it's like okay,
this is now escalated.
My spine has fallen off. But so I'm like, I really do want to see Top Gun now.
Top Gun. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be a good time.
Should we all go dressed as pilots?
As Mavericks.
You can be my wingman anytime. You can be my superior Iron Man anytime.
We could do this all day.
Spoiler alert, she could not do this all day. Some of the stuff that you shared to you. So we got official confirmation of the Batman 2.
Yay! Thank fuck.
Full 2024.
Yeah,
cool. I'm up for that. It's a bit of a short window.
It is. It's shorter than I was expecting.
I mean, we haven't had those kind of turnarounds for a sequel in fucking years.
Yeah.
Not since, certainly Avatar isn't on that fucking wavelength. Watching that trailer, I was like, this looks nice. I'm probably not going to see it, because I don't really care.
I don't care.
No.
It's December, isn't it? So it'll be like, if I can catch it in Christmas 2022, then maybe. But if not, Jan.
Like, with this, like, I find, like, I'll see the stuff that we know we're going to talk about, like the big hitters.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But-
absolutely.
Does anyone clamour for an Avatar 2? Does anyone really want to know
That
what happened?
died years ago. That
Like,
did.
I don't think anyone's wanted a sequel for Avatar since like 2012. That
Yeah,
was
I was
probably
gonna say
like after the
2012,
3-year
13,
window. It's
yeah.
probably like, you
Yeah.
know, we're kind of done with this now. But we're getting 4 more of these. There'll be 5 Avatar films, and you know the technology was great in groundbreaking at the time, but now it's like
I was
What el-
11. I was 11 when that first film came
I
out.
was
Avatar
13,
fi-
nearly 14,
Avatar 5 is what, 2028, if all goes to plan.
nearly 20 years after the
Yeah,
first one.
so I'll be fucking 30. I'll be fucking 30. So 11, so what, that's 19 years worth of, if we
12
see
years
the
of
whole
it.
franchise.
It
that's
has Kaban.
19 years.
Nah,
That's half my life gone. Revolving around one franchise. James Gunn, how have you done it? Why have you done it? You've spent that long.
James Cameron.
I said James Cameron.
You said James Gunn, didn't you?
Gun Cameron.
It's like
Gun
James,
Cam-
I mean, a James Gunn Avatar film.
Guns
Yes.
Cameron.
The
James
Suicide
Gunner-room.
Squad in space.
The Suicide Avatar Squad.
I just is Sam Worthington in it? I don't know. Zoe
To
Saldana's
be
in it.
confirmed somehow.
Sigourney Weaver's probably in it. I don't remember.
Somehow.
Like they're looking at
You
it
know,
like
Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen
Sam
Lang.
Worthington. Remember when they were trying to make him a thing?
A thing back in 2008, 9.
Literally like 2007 till about 2011, 2012. It's like here's Sam Worthington in all the
Clash
things.
of the Titans. Yeah.
Wrath of the
That fucking
Titans.
killed it. Yeah, Wrath
What
of the
else?
Titans.
What else was Sam Worthington? Terminator
eh.
Salvation.
He was, wasn't he? Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
was the Terminator.
Yeah, oh my god.
Human Terminator man with a heart in him. And he gave his heart to Christian Bale.
Everest, Hacksaw Ridge.
He was in Hacksaw Ridge.
I mean, I didn't remember that, but Captain Glover, yeah.
Wow.
That's the last, okay, from what I've heard of, the last notable thing. That's 2016, yeah. 2016.
That's mental.
What poor guy.
I mean, the trailer looks like interesting, but it's like we're kind of past this technology.
As an individual, I am past all of this, yeah.
I didn't like, because that's why I'm gutted that Endgame didn't like.
Got
Why?
overtaken, yeah.
Because they were like, fucking, let's re-release it in China and then it just goes back above it. Well, let's just keep doing that every couple of years. We'll fucking re-release Endgame again.
Let's have this battle for life.
Literally, it's like, fuck me. Like, it's such a boring film. Like, it's done better in films like fucking Dances with Wolves, the plot of a fucking outsider becoming part of the tribe kind of thing. Like, it's done better in other films. Like, there's nothing new in it. The only thing is the fucking fresh coat of CGI paint it's got on it.
Which was all incredible at the time.
Oh, I'm not interested about any of them.
Yeah, like you
So
say,
we got
it
what-
went out the hill.
I can't believe that, like...
5 of them have been commissioned. 4 more.
So it's Way of the Water,
Land of Fire.
Land of Penis, what is it? Avatar franchise. Fuck off. Well, they announced it
Have they
before. It
all
was
got
like Way of the
names?
Water, Seed Bearer. Like I had it like because we talked about it like last episode of the episode before, and it's like they all had.
Names.
They've not officially
Oh.
been changed on like any websites of that, but there was a thing of like one of them was like the Seed Bearer or like the Attack on fucking Ryloth or some shit like that. I don't know.
That's Clone Wars. He's going to cross over with George Lucas.
You're George Lucas.
Ooh,
I'm a
you sound like
time.
Avatar.
I'm a time, George. What was I talking about? So MCU. Like back to that. Sorry, because we were talking about.
Yeah.
How would you feel? And like when I saw this on TikTok, I was like, maybe they're onto something. Like if Krasinski is a Ralph Boner situation,
Yeah, fake. Yeah, sort of.
not just like a
Nancy
thing of like
WandaVision.
let's cast to like fuck with the audience because that's what they wanted.
They have done
What
that.
would you say? Sorry, ugh. To Reed Richards played by Penn Bagley.
Hello, you. Oh.
Hello, Sue.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Hello.
They just call it Sue, and it's in the same writing as the Netflix show.
Oh,
Because he can do the
I like him.
he can do the creepy loner thing.
I like
He's got,
it a
he's
lot.
got the egotistical arrogance,
He does.
and I think he also the shy reclusiveness of because like Reed is
He can be a
Reed is
nerd.
out there but within himself. Like
Yeah.
he's got the arrogance of Stark and Strange, but it's also like he's also a shy nerd who is like, or at least in the early 2000s was having sex with Jessica Alba, so that was never a fucking bad thing.
No.
But
no.
I saw that and I was like, I like that.
I like that a lot.
I am.
Or heck, if you're really scratching for Doctor Doom, I'd do him as the foil to Reed Richards.
Oh, a Penn Badgley Doctor Doom. I'd love to see him play a
Yeah.
flat-out villain.
Yeah, because
Penn
we know he is one in you.
Penn Badgley versus John Krasinski.
Yeah.
The only thing that is like John Krasinski, I think needs to look like he needs to have a bit of muscle, but like I feel like in Doctor Strange, like this man is too large for Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, a little bit. He's a bit henge and swole.
Yeah, it's like he's not like he's lean and like fit, but he's not like fucking
geeky nerd.
Yeah,
Like
he's
hey,
meant
I'm
to
Peter
look
Parker.
like he can actually be
like,
elastic.
Like he could be in The Office if it was 2013 Krasinski with not with the hair.
No, he's meant to
in The
he's meant to
Office.
look like he could actually be elastic. Like
Yeah.
Johan Grufford was like he was in shape, but he was still lean, and it was
and
like he's
lanky. Yeah.
lean, stretchy. And have you seen Liar? It's an ITV show. Johan Grufford's in it.
Oh, okay.
So it was along in the same, I think it was like just after like Broadchurch Series 3, so it was in the year of ITV
2020. Okay.
ITV do this drama that happens by the seaside and a bad thing happens and it's a whole mystery of what actually happened. Like he plays the guy in that who's accused of, I don't want to spoil it for spoilers for like a fucking
Oh no,
5-year-old
I'm
thing.
kind of reading it, but it doesn't give anything away.
But it's got two series. So it was one in 2017, and then it was said like it was returning, but they didn't get to do it until 2020, which is very jarring when they do their flashback stuff, because then it's like that's 2020. Johan Grufford pretended to be 2017 Johan Grufford, and it's like that is visibly a much like sexier man. Like Johan Grufford's a good-looking guy. Like
he is somehow, yeah.
Reed's also got to be good-looking, but geeky. But rough,
but nerdy,
and rough, and like shy, reclusive, but sexy.
And Krasinski's
that's how I want my Mr. Fantastic.
And Krasinski's too sexy, but also big.
So that's why I think if Penn Badgley like bulks up a bit for Doom,
yeah.
But
Especially
also,
if he
like,
the pretty boy looks and then get the scar on his face, and then he gets the mask.
the leanness is and like the range of him would be a good read if. It's a whole thing of jokes. We only cast Krasinski because you wanted it, but we're never fucking doing it.
That's it.
Because we are Marvel Studios, and you will watch what I, Kevin Feige, put on screen. No, he's not as bad as fucking Christopher Nolan, because Christopher Nolan's a prick.
No, Marvel have got an agenda, and they will eventually get around to pleasing us.
Penn Badgley, Doctor Doom. I like it, but obviously up a bit on the... Is Penn Badgley's a bit younger than Krasinski, isn't he?
Alright, let's do it.
Oh, because 42 for Krasinski.
He is 35.
It's believable, but they look like there's an age difference.
Yeah.
Um.
See, if it was Office John Krasinski, then you would allow it a bit more.
Yeah. But also that's in the past, so it'd be cheating.
Yeah.
American or someone who could have been convincingly American and...
I'm going to search Doctor Doom casting. MCU
Doctor
casting.
Doom.
Let's see if it comes up with like top 10 suggested.
Top 10 suggested.
Christoph Waltz as old man Doctor Doom.
Do you know? Listen to this.
No.
If he doesn't get Captain Britain,
as who doesn't get Captain Britain?
like if he doesn't get Captain Britain, which he should,
Who?
but I wouldn't say no to Henry Cavill.
As Victor Von Doom, as Victor Von Super.
Yeah, just be like,
that
it's the guy who played Superman.
genuinely.
I bet it's
genuinely.
oh my god, he's trying to kill the
go
rubber
to the
man.
dark side properly. Yeah, no, I'd see Henry
Built,
Cavill.
swole like Doctor Doom in the comics.
But he is a nerd in real life.
And he
He's
would
a gamer.
fucking give it all. And also it'd be a bit different because you'd get to see him be like play the archetypal villain, like a very important villain in terms of the MCU. He's young enough that you'd get enough out of him, but old enough to be convincing against Krasinski.
Yeah, exactly. They both can rock beards.
And he'd get to do something different.
He would, yeah. He'd have more range in the performance. Yeah.
And could be recurring and important for years to come. Maybe that. There's obviously the ultimate Fantastic Four casting, which is get the cast of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like to do it.
Oh.
Like you'd have Danny DeVito as Ben Grimm, which obviously would be motion capture and voice.
Yeah.
Which I don't hate.
I don't know.
But the more convincing one for me is Glenn Howerton as Reed Richards would have been like,
yeah.
having Dennis as that. It's like, yeah, because for me, like, I don't... Mac, I'm like, no
he's
like,
not.
Rob McElhenney is not,
Rob McElhenney could be an old man Human Torch. He could be a Johnny Storm.
He could even be a Victor Von Doom if you gave him the chance. I'm sure like he's got the range for it. But some of the castings I've seen, so it's like it's a thing. It's like you've got 4 Reed Richards, 4 Susan Storms, 4 Johnny Storms, 4 Ben Grimms, and it's like make your perfect Fantastic Four
Out
for
of
the
those
MCU.
16 people.
And one of the lineups is just the Tim Story one. So, Iwan, Jessica, Chris Evans, Michael Chilix. So obviously you've got Krasinski Blunt is the dream team because of that.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm not against Bryce Dallas Howard, as I'm not against other people. But you've also got Rudy Pucknow as Johnny. I don't hate it. Chase Stokes maybe as Johnny. Lucas Till.
Lucas
Havoc
Till
from First Class.
yeah.
I'm not against it, but he's looks a bit older now.
A little bit, yeah.
Elizabeth Layer was Susan Storm, maybe.
Yeah.
That's You Girl season 1.
The girl from season 1.
Yeah,
But blonde.
yeah.
Her as Sue. Yes. Oh yes.
Ultimately with Penn Bagley, maybe.
Yes.
Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
That would be a good pairing with Krasinski.
It would.
You know,
Yeah,
around the same age. They'd look good together and sexy. Ben Grimm, all right.
Sexy.
David Harbour, which I don't hate, but that's not going to happen.
But no, because he's already part of the universe anyway. Yeah.
Here's one I really don't hate. Seth Rogen.
Yes.
I don't hate as but obviously I think someone that's overtaken as like the primary choice for Ben Grimm the Thing, and I just hope it's him because obviously it's like, you know, now that you've done DC, like, would you ever do in the MCU? Like, yeah, I'd love to play in the MCU. That's John Cena as the Thing. And I think that's still the perfect casting idea remains as that. Because, like, before, we joked about, like, do Krasinski, Blunt, Zac Efron, and The Rock. Like, The Rock is literally a pile of rocks.
Yeah, 100%.
In the form of a body. But motion capture, because you can't see him, he's got enough depth and personality, like, to be, like, to give the emotion of Ben Grimm. Like, he's got range. Like, not out of, you know, I still rank, like, we ranked him, like, the biggest star is The Rock. The best performer is Cena, and the best actor is Batista, because Batista's, out of the 3, got the most sort of range and sort of acting chops in terms of just flat out acting, whereas...
And in the shortest time out of the 3. I think. I'd love the idea of John Cena just doing that, because I think it would be a great vocal and, like, motion capture performance he would give, but also, like, in his human form as well. I think it would be convincing, like, the emotion that he could, like, you know, have. And he could be great friends with John Krasinski. He could be great friends.
If this beach was covered in dicks, why would the beach be covered in penises? We're gonna die. I hope so.
Don't you mean penile?
For fuck's sake. Shall we talk about the big news of the week?
Yeah, go on.
That happened.
Go on.
So, the BAFTAs happened, the television award. I haven't actually watched that yet.
I haven't.
I know
I've
some of the
seen
stuff that
snippets.
won. But there was a little announcement made at the BAFTA. There was a thing, so it was on one of the idents, like, you had all the doctors, like, from 1 to Jodie.
Okay. Yeah, just
And
there.
so we got the 14th Doctor announced. And this person was, I think it's fair to say, out of left field.
Yeah, definitely not in the betting
choice.
pool. Not in the betting pool.
Not at all, like, not even on the radar.
We hadn't discussed it weekly.
Has been described by other people as a Matt Smith level of casting choice, like, in terms of done stuff, you've seen them, you know they're good.
Yeah.
But I think I would argue that they've had a more higher profile career before Doctor Who than Matt Smith did, because stuff Matt Smith did was very a lot smaller in terms of
scale.
Audience appeal and ratings and viewership and sort of like.
I mean, part of that is because it's just the way.
That's the way television was back there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
In terms of the, like, and it's such a good choice. We've got Ncuti Gatwa.
Yeah. Eric Balfour from Sex Education.
Eric Effignol.
I thought it's Balfour. Who's Balfour?
I don't know.
Someone's Balfour. Eric Balfour. That's a character from something.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Eric Effignol.
Effignol.
From Sex Education. What's significant about this? This is the first
male,
male black actor.
Yeah, but
A black actor in general to play the main version of the Doctor.
the main version of the Doctor.
So representation, amazing. His sexuality has obviously been called into it because from what he plays Eric in Sex Education is a homosexual.
Yeah.
But it's never publicly been like he's never publicly come out and said like that's how. So we don't like he very well could be, which in terms like if he is,
Only makes it more
that's
authentic.
like that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That'll really piss off the Not My Doctors, and it's just fucking amazing. Like, did you see that? So you know the old comments used to be R.I.P. Doctor Who from 1963 to 2017, and now there's been starting script for like R.I.P. Doctor Who from fucking 1963 to 2022. It's like also, like now you're suddenly accepting of a woman as the Doctor because you're like, why is this black man playing? And it's like, are you fucking for real?
Yeah, why have you gone so
like
backwards?
honestly for real, like I cannot think of a better team than Ncuti and Russell T Davies.
Yeah, that
Russell
team.
T Davies, who famously, if you think his Doctor Who wasn't political, you haven't been watching it right.
No, you haven't been analysing it, my friend.
Let's take a look at it. The political allegories of the whole of Aliens London World War III when they literally kill off a Tony Blair. Those that carry on into the Saxon storyline and his return in End of Time, like all that. We're just dealing with politics in general. His use of the Daleks, his use of other things. The systemic racism in like early England, because I know he didn't write it, but Paul Cornell wrote it. But like you have stories like Human Nature, Family of Blood that existed in these things. You have this whole wide plethora because Russell T Davies, ladies and gentlemen, in case you forgot, is himself a homosexual man, and if you think that he was just going to do straight Doctor Who, you are lying to yourself.
You are a fool.
Watch Years and Years. Watch It's a Sin.
Yep.
Watch A Very British Scandal. Russell has a lot to say in terms of politics, and has done so even like in terms of some of the stuff in Tortured and Sarah Jane. Like I know it was more of a showrun mentorship, and like I think he only wrote the New Year's Day episode of Sarah Jane, but in terms of like similar to Doctor Who, like showrunning, like here's where we go and what we want to do, like work with Liz and things like that. And like he did in Torchwood, like he wrote like barely any of the first two, wrote all of
Children
of Earth with some help from like John Frey and I think there's another one in there, but I forget their name, I'm sorry, and like bits and pieces of Miracle Day. Like he's had a lot to say and is very much in terms of like he's such a great publicist for the show because one of the first things he said, because obviously it was announced and at the BAFTAs like Ncuti gave his first interview. He was like, "I'm so glad the secret's finally out because I've had to keep it." And
Since
like we find out
February or
February,
something.
he found out this year. Which one of the things that intrigues me is like Russell said, like we thought we had our Doctor, which he won't specify gender in terms of the pronouns or like who it was, but it like and the whole thing's come out since like it's not, because a lot of people will get on their fucking keyboards and say, oh, it's just woke BBC trying to tick boxes and like it's
secure ratings
trying to be diversity casting.
They did the women thing, it didn't work, so let's go back to being a man again.
But Russell was like, no, it's not about diversity casting. The best actor walked through the door.
Room. And ironically, he was the last.
He was the last one, which So he's 29
he's
right
29.
now.
Yeah, he's 29.
So he will start. So Doctor Who is still in pre filming. I'm sure doesn't begin until late June, July, August, something like that. It's around the summer because obviously we don't know yet whether there's a series before or after the 50th special. I do hope that the other Doctors they're doing the other Doctor fronted specials, and then we're literally just dying to see like Ncuti. You're like, just show us him. What's his costume like? Where's his TARDIS?
Yeah, all of that.
But I'm like, yeah, it's a fucking great choice. Like he's 29. He's the same age as Peter Davison was when he was the Doctor. Because Davison was 29, I think, during his first series or when he was cast. Because Matt Smith was 26 when he was cast, but turned 27 filming
the
fifth series 5. So yeah, it's a young Doctor. It's going to revitalise and give energy. Like each renewal change in terms of like renewal, just like the olden day. Like each change and renewal of the show breathes new life into it, whether it just be with the companions changing, with the Doctor changing, and with this whole era, like you're getting a completely fresh slate again. but you're getting Russell, who has grown as a writer, representation like a homosexual man of color at the forefront of a kids' TV show. Like it's important. Like it's important to see yourself in all media.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in terms of also like we're presuming that his pronouns are like he and him, but like that's another thing. He's not specified. That's the whole thing. Like if that comes up and changes like retroactively, you know, we're just going off of what we know at this point in time. It's
apologies in the past / future when we find
out.
Oh,
if anything happens, but
if stories come out,
But yeah, like I as a cis white man. Like, I'm sure you feel the same. Like, we've been represented in a lot of things for many hundreds of years.
Yeah, many hundreds of years.
And, like, as much as, you know, it's nice to see yourself portrayed on screen, we've had enough of that. And I'd like to learn more and see more of other peoples and cultures and, like, you know, bring that to the
other
forefront.
worldviews.
It's one of the reasons why I'm really looking forward to Miss Marvel, because you've got a teenager fronting a Marvel show who happens to be Muslim Pakistani, and it's a coming of age superhero thing. That's a world like what?
Changing thing.
That concept. Would you ever have thought we would have got that?
Even like 5 years ago, 10 years ago,
exactly.
that announcement would have been shut down to the floor.
Like, the way you balance scales, and this is really important in terms of like just all media, not just the Doctor. Like, in order to balance weight on one end of the scale that's so heavy, you have to really pile it on one way for a while. And I like when I first heard it, I was shocked and surprised because it's like
genuinely, I was like,
fuck, finally.
Yeah.
I mean, Patterson fucking Joseph has been waiting for like every year. Every time it's a new Doctor, it's like Patterson Joseph would be good. It's like enough time's been passed since he got shot by a Dalek. I wouldn't mind seeing him do it, and it would be nice for. It's nice that a main Doctor on the show, like this, is no disservice to Jo Martin. I think I would have loved it to be her.
Yeah.
But maybe that's a thing of Russell, like, I'll do my own thing first and maybe hopefully come back to that. Because I like...
She's not forgotten about. She's definitely not forgotten about.
I wouldn't be surprised if Russell did more with it, because I think he'd be like...
I think he should.
No, there's some more good things to do with it. I can sort of like do this, because, you know, Chibnall's said, I don't expect it to be resolved fully.
I can see them in a season together. Maybe not the first season, but I can see them do like a team-up season.
Oh, Jo Martin and Ncuti, that would be...
it'd be a good dream team. It'd be a good dream team.
Because you get... Because with Jodie was similar age to David, because she's, 38, 39 now?
Jodie Whittaker.
She was in, 35, 36 when she was cast? David was 36.
She's 39 now.
She's 39 now, yeah. What a guess. Got it right.
Nearly 40.
So we've basically done a David Tennant to Matt Smith again. We've gone, back to a younger Doctor. It's going to get the kids on board because of the fact that, loads of people like Sex Education, and he's fucking amazing in that.
He's a big social influencer nowadays as well.
He's really good. Fashion guru and icon.
Yeah.
Do we get any of Eric's outfits? What's his outfit going to be?
Yeah.
I love his statement was I've only got one heart, but I'm going to be giving all of it to this show. Because he shared, the emojis of, the 2 red hearts and the plus blue box.
Yeah.
Emojis, which Russell commented with. The future is here, which seems to be the tagline, which I'm fucking here for. I'm excited about Doctor Who again.
I know.
In terms of,
cool.
Could this possibly disappoint me? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
The only thing I was not disappointed with, I was a bit gutted. It's it's not a woman.
Yeah, I'd say that's the only negative to take away from all of this, if any.
Well, not really negative, just that's a bit of a missed opportunity.
100%.
Kind of a thing of, I didn't want Jodie to be the girl, she's
doctor.
the woman Doctor. You know, when they tried it being a woman. But
genuinely won't be the only. She won't be the only.
I guarantee, if Russell stays long enough...
She won't be only,
to do 2 Doctors, I think we would get a similar length of tenure to the first era. Maybe slightly longer, depending on success stories and...
viewing figures at the end of the day.
Just keep doing it, because we're back and relevant again.
Yeah.
But I think whenever he leaves, he'll leave us wanting more. But I think, I hope that we get 3 or 4 years with with Ncuti at the least.
Yeah.
Every year as well, so to get 3 consecutive years out of him would be fantastic. Excuse me. And if we got that with another, and because I think if he did do another Doctor, I think he would write a woman just out of I've kind of always wanted to do, because when he added the other incarnations of the Doctor that weren't known yet in the Rose novelisation of Rose,
Right.
When you've
yeah.
got a black bald woman with a fire sword, you've got like a non-binary like in a wheelchair. You've got like
Oh,
loads of
okay.
things. Like yeah, it's Have you got the Rose
It,
thing?
I have. I just haven't read it
It's
clearly.
yeah, so
But
it's
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
extra little
okay.
details in that,
Descriptive.
and like yeah, it's like he's gonna come at this all guns blazing. And what still excites me is that this era is gonna be completely different to what's come
From what's
before.
come before. Absolutely, it will be. It won't be the same show again.
I Yeah, I think it's going to be different. Obviously, like the whole thing of like Julie Gardner's back and Jane Tranter's there and Phil Collinson's back now. And like, do we want Murray Gold? Not really, because he just became a victory lap at the end. Like, I wouldn't say no, just obviously he's done a lot of the Bad Wolf production stuff.
For them, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd love to see Sagan Akinola stay on. We obviously know we're getting a new costume designer with Ray Holman is like the Centenary is his last one as regular costume designer, and he was like sporadic throughout the Smith and Capaldi era.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm excited. Like, what do you think? Because I feel like I do a lot of the talking, but like,
No, it's just everything like you say. It's just I'm glad personally that I know who the Doctor was, and he wasn't just going to be a shoot. I don't know this person, actor, male or
I
female.
would have loved if it was a surprise though. Imagine if it just went, oh my god, it's
yeah,
shooting.
you're like shit. I know this face. Yeah, no, I know Eric. I know Shitty. Yeah, like you, over ecstatic. I didn't read it on BBC first. I can't remember how it even came up. I was just typing up something else, and it said 14th Doctor revealed, and it had a photo of him as Eric. So
Yeah.
I was like, this is a random dodgy website, and then I googled it, and then that's where every sodding thing then came through, and it was like, Shitty's next Doctor, Shooty's next Doctor, 14th Doctor confirmed. I was like, oh,
Yes.
when the fuck did... And she's
Yeah.
like 21 minutes ago. So when did this happen?
Literally on a random,
It was
like,
just-
because I'd
yeah.
got back from Manchester and then like that had happened. I was like, fuck,
What the fuck?
amazing.
Oh, great. No, it was good. It was really good.
I'm
genuinely had smiles.
I'm happy for him.
Reading
What a
it.
journey he's about to go on. Stephen Moffat is also, I think he did a post about it on Twitter. Do you want to talk about the Sylvester McCoy one?
It was a video that
And I'll
he
find the
put
Stephen
out.
Moffat thing. So yeah, you just go over that. I'll Google the searches.
I'll see if I can find it. I mean, sorry, should I just play it?
Yeah, just you want to put it up to the mic.
Oh, fuck off.
GATWA, welcome to our unique club, the Doctor Who Club. You are very welcome, and we'll be delighted to watch you take on the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Weeping Angels, and the critics. We all had to do that when we took over. Anyway, I wish you well. I wish you everything you wish for yourself in the TARDIS. I hope you have great adventures. I know you will. I had. All the best, mate. All the best. I look forward to meeting you someday. Bye. Another Scot. Way!
Yeah, another Scott. Way.
Stephen Moffat wrote because he screenshotted the BBC News article and then wrote congratulations to Shooty, what a great choice and what a ride he's in for, which is true, which is what they all say. Like,
Yeah, what a ride he is.
because your life will never be the same again. Have you seen Shooty's Instagram story where he thanks Sylvester McCoy?
Sylvester McCoy, thank you so much for your beautiful message. It means the absolute world, especially coming from a fellow Scot. Especially coming from a fellow Scot. I am so looking forward to facing all of those foes, especially the last one that you mentioned. And the support from you and all the other doctors has just filled me with the strength that I will be able to do that. Thank you so much for welcoming me into the family. It means the world. Sylvester, you're a gentleman. All the best.
Aww. Aww.
So much love.
Oh, well, that's sweet. That is sweet. If it just feels right hearing it, how he came.
Oh,
across
so
it,
so
it just feels right.
so he done the post like after like the fact of the
The
blue box
announcement.
one and the 2 hearts. So he went, there are a lot of thank yous in this caption, so please excuse the cringe, but man's feeling hella grateful at the moment. Thank you, BAFTA, for continually supporting and recognising the sex education family and myself. 3rd nomination in a row feels very mad. The doctor herself, Jodie Whittaker, and Mr. David Tennant for your beautiful words of support and encouragement on BAFTA Day. I was absolutely cacking my pants, and honestly speaking to you two was priceless. The Doctor Who fam, Russell, all the producers and wonderful fans, been so gracious and welcoming. I am stunned and speechless at the support. My team, Team Stadden, my agents, thank you for everything. Felicity K, Jake O'Neill, my fashion godparents, and work tirelessly and endlessly, and always understand me. And I'm a hair salon, and at Jesse John Frieda. You guys had my hair looking so snazzy. I really can't remember what my hair looked like before. Basically, like thanking a lot of people for the day. Lastly, thanking Amy Lewwood, my Sultan. Thank you for just being you're a talent, and I get to learn from you every day. Do we want Amy from Sex Education as a companion? Like, I wouldn't fucking say no.
Why
But
not?
someone who quote tweeted the announcement tweet from the Doctor Who account was Russell T Davis collaborator Ruth Madeley, who was in Years and Years.
Oh, yeah.
And like she just quoted it with a winky face, and it's like, and everyone's like, "Are you gonna be the companion?" Because I would so watch that.
Ruth Madeley. Yeah, I know her. Yeah, I do recognise her. Yeah.
Yes, she was in Years and Years. She was fantastic in that. I don't know, I'm just so excited about Doctor Who. I hope they keep the same logo for the collection box sets.
I mean, just to change it up last minute. Oh, can you imagine? They probably will. They probably change it up. They won't change it
Nah, they
up.
won't. They've committed to it now for the fucking for the rest of the 26th season.
They don't.
I
care
don't know,
about
like
that.
and Will was saying this on Twitter, like he can't remember the last sort of time it was almost universally like positive.
Yeah.
In terms of a reception for a Doctor, like everyone's sort of gone, like great choice, like didn't see it coming, but like fucking amazing.
I don't think no one saw it coming because I mean,
Like-
this guy wasn't in the betting pools. This
No,
wasn't in the
like
conversation.
Matt Smith had like the whole Doctor Who, like who's this unknown geezer who turned out to be fucking amazing. Capaldi, I think, didn't really have a lot of negative compared to that, but was just sort of like, it's too old, like you alienate the old, like you're going for an old Doctor,
Gone
like
back to the classic. Whoever we
and
get.
obviously Jodie uproar in the Not My Doctor fandom. I love that this has pissed off the people that are like, yay, Russell's coming back, it's gonna go back to normal. And it's like,
Oh what?
honey, you've got
This
no,
ain't normal.
you've got no idea what's coming. Like he chose the best actor on the day. Like I'd be interested to know who that person who literally had it sealed was.
I feel like that will come out soon.
Would they? Do you think they should get a shot, or should they automatically or get a sort of priority looking at the 15th? If and when that happens, would you be like? Because obviously
Save their name in the pot.
Obviously, people like Lydia West were rumored to be because obviously collaborator on It's a Sin with Russell. She was amazing in that, and because it was Tania Miller, who's a frequent Russell collaborator as well. Who, for the Doctor Who fans, if you haven't seen like the other stuff that she's in, where she's amazing, she's the regenerated general in Hellbent. And she talked about on a cameo ages ago about like Doctor. I know the next Doctor is, and like she's fabulous in that, and like people wanted Tania Miller, and she would have been great. But obviously, like she used to tease like about Lydia West and stuff like that, and it's like either of those two, like I'd still love them to be the Doctor.
Perhaps someday
I can't
it could
wait.
Still happen,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Russell does, what stories he's like concocted with the production team. I can't wait. Like, what kind of Doctor is Shooty gonna be? Like, I feel like maybe more leaning towards the physical sort of youthfulness of Smith.
Definitely.
But
Quirky
like always, I love to
aneurysms,
see the
wanting to
darker side of
explore.
like you've got to carry the weight of 2,000 years, like
being
in your
alive.
face, like with a look. Like he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna be an out and out Dark Doctor, but I think you're gonna see some of the similar stuff as Tennant of like there's some stuff.
Adventure.
There is stuff going on behind the eyes like that he is not telling you because he's experienced some shit. I like in the interview on the BAFTAs, like Russell was still like I'm not taking anything away from Chris and Jodie. Like this, like we've got until October. Or no, like he didn't specify. It was like October, November, because obviously Holman. It was like that's my last as costume designer, but you'll have to wait till November to see it. But rumoured because obviously October was when the BBC was founded, so the 100th anniversary episode would probably be in October. So I'm thinking October, November time. But then you're flat out just making an anniversary kind of special, really, aren't you?
90 minutes spectacular.
90 minutes. Like you're gonna,
he's gonna be at the end.
For now, it's that like you're gonna, we're gonna be everywhere in 2023. You're gonna be sick of us, and it's like even like that. Like it's gracious in terms of like you've still got an episode of Jodie to enjoy. Like enjoy it because it's gonna be great, and also like he's the thing that's been missing really since early Smith era is promotion for the show, like built like interviews. Like always, there was always a Graham Norton in like the Russell era.
There always was. Yep.
Obviously, like in Moffat's early tenure, like they went over to America a lot because it was gaining a lot more popularity on BBC America, and the viewership went insane over there and things like that. And obviously, being at Comic Cons and things like that, it's gonna be a show that's gonna be massive, but also it's gonna be a show that's, publicized. And I think the main thing is like in terms of how it's done now on like that's the thing that Russell's gonna have to be used to is how it's done on Instagram, like Twitter, TikTok, like those kind of things.
They're going to have to social game and
like in terms of just have a strategy, because it feels like they've been trying to promote it like older years,
previous times.
They forget that if you keep it like with this, like if I keep this everywhere, like it gets traction, but like where we sort of lost a lot of ground, it's like you've got to make that up again. We've only got 4 episodes, like 4 views for the last episode, but like one of them was like 18 minutes long. It's like progress. It's just shit like that's annoying. But like you got to have a strategy. You got to have a strategy so people see your shit. So that's what Doctor Who's going to have. It's going to have a strategy. It's going to hopefully. I don't mind about the number of episodes, but if we're getting them every year, I'll be happy. Like
absolutely, if it's consistent. Like you say, if plans are
I
consistent.
want to see Ncuti get given the whole fucking... like how... I don't know if you saw a lot of... or have watched a lot of the Confidential from, like, Series 4, like, but specifically The Doctor's Daughter, which, it's not a great episode, but...
No.
The story, like, Phil Collinson talks about, like, the story itself came from the idea of, like... Because, obviously, they without saying it, it's like, they know it's David's, like, last series, like... like where can we keep pushing him? Where can we keep taking him in new directions? Where can we keep developing the character and giving him more to do and like have him like experience more? Like you get more of that humanization of like this is him with a family, like this is what he did. Like, but this is like then, but that also brings back the feeling of like my real family's gone. Because of actions I did or still believe to have done because we've not had the War Doctor fucking hammered in yet.
Big finish there.
I think the possibility of these shows are always endless, and that's the best thing about them. And nothing is better than a fresh slate. It's what we looked forward to with Jodie and Chibnall. And I look forward to when that era comes around again, because every Doctor is someone's Doctor, every era for someone, like they grew up and that was the first time they watched Doctor Who. And that's when they loved it. Like, I came around again on a lot of things. Like, as a kid, I didn't really love the Eccleston Doctor, but without him, there is no Doctor Who. Like, that whole era, for me, has a lot of just happy nostalgia in it for me, because that's, like, what I grew up on. Like, I can go back and, like, I really enjoy the Sixth Doctor. Other people didn't, a lot of people didn't at the time.
Still didn't,
but there was still enough clamouring for both of his box sets to fucking come out.
Sooner than other Doctors,
And I think...
Because if Doctor Who was really that way, you would have got all the Tom out, and then they would still be going...
they wouldn't have...
Now do we do Davison, do we do Colin, and
Well, they've kind of juggled between, do we do the popular ones and the least popular ones, because obviously you got, like, Season 17, not great. Season 18, arguably not great either.
No.
But, like, things like that, like, Trial of a Time Lord, at the time, ridiculed. People come around and love it. I can't wait to see... Like, I know... Not my Doctors have done it like out of the thing of like, oh God, I can't accept this kind of change. Like, like Jodie was okay, I guess. Like in terms of comparing it to like casting Ncuti, which is like that just proves that you're, just even more of a backwards person and that you're fucking racist. But I can't wait for Jodie to get like the thing of like, do we look back on it in like 2-3 years and think, maybe there was a story in it once you've seen all of it and you know the end game. Does it feel more complete?
Is there a structure to it?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the Matt Smith era is messy in terms of quality and like, but does rewatching it now take away anything from your experience? Not really, because the highs that you love are still in there. The things that you love the things that you love from any era are still in there, and I think there's going to be a lot to love in this new era.
which
Which we didn't even talk about. Millennium FX are back to do the prosthetics.
Yeah, that happened during the week. Yeah,
So
they
they
came back.
it was either last week or like just before that. So their last episode on New Who that they did effects work for was Praxius, which was the plastic effect on the skin of like it, infecting the people and like killing them. Is it like the weird sort of fucking plastic stones on the skin thing?
Yeah, skin texture.
To which
stuff.
Neil Gordon, who's like the head of that, Neil Gordon was prosthetics, and that his company was, I think, either started just after or just before Doctor Who, and obviously that's what gave him the platform and the work and because obviously, getting the local people in. I don't expect it to. I'm distracting myself with a lot of things. They're coming back because obviously he talked about I started with the plastic effect in terms of the Alt-Ons and I ended with one. Yeah. But anyway, moving on. That's 15 years or whatever it was at the time in terms of how long it was. And then it was like a Happy New Year, Russell, like thanks for like so and so, and it was like basically implying that like there was work coming up. Like I don't know if Millennium FX does a lot of the Bad Wolf stuff. I would have to read into that, but I wouldn't be surprised if like his Dark Materials and that was a lot of their work.
Yeah, it has to.
But they're back. That's great. Is it still going to be in and around Wales? I expect so. I just don't think they're going
Can't
to.
see it not being.
Because I think that's just a waste of. Because BBC Wales gained its reputation and basically people. Probably a lot of people wanting to work there like our age that are like. I like used to just see Cardiff in Doctor Who and
Exactly. I want to go to Cardiff because of Doctor Who.
Watch Confidential. Oh, it's great. You've got to go, man.
I am in September, but not because of Doctor Who. I'm going for a wrestling weekend, but I'm going to go the weekend, not just be there for a Saturday to watch wrestling and then go back. I want to be in Cardiff.
Yes. Because BBC Wales is not, as far as I know, it's not being shut down. It's just like, because it's a co-production between the BBC and, so I think it's between BBC Studios and Bad Wolf. But why would you not utilise the amount of staff that have worked on it? A lot of the core staff have worked on it regularly since 2005. Obviously, other people have come and gone in terms of higher up, but like in terms of like the gaffers, the caterers, the drivers, the makeup artists, in terms of that, like you've got this whole machine working there. And Russell, the whole reason Russell did it that way is, everything's London. Let's put Cardiff on the map, and I don't think he would necessarily take it away from there because one of the offices, like one of Bad Wolf's offices, is based in Cardiff. One's in LA, and I think one's either in London or Manchester. Like he's got one of them in one of the cities. I don't know. I think it's Manchester. He's got one in, not London, because obviously him, Julie, Jane, and all that founded that production company, and it's the co-production. Why would you not use people that know the show, that you know their quality of work? It's just going to be run with a bit more pizzazz in it. But I think there'll be more. There won't just be solely filming in Cardiff outside. It will be maybe the TARDIS is still kept there, like is in the interior. Some of the stuff's like maybe predominantly done in Cardiff, but like you have stuff done in Manchester, in London, in maybe you'll have some abroad filming in like America and stuff. Like who knows? I can't wait to see the plethora of stories that are coming out of a man's mind who's clearly in the 12, 13 years since he stopped writing Doctor Who will have seen, I imagine Moffat's like it as well. Like
sunk other experiences in, grown as evolved as a writer.
Oh, definitely grown as evolved.
Just ready for this.
But
new
he'll have had
change.
ideas that have been like
sitting there. I wish I could have done this.
I could have done this. Like maybe we'll have some of them.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what he does.
Save the old memory bank.
Welcome, Ncuti Gatwa.
Yeah.
As the 14th Doctor, we look forward
Officially.
to having you next year. Not that he listens to it. It'd be great if he did, but come on one time.
Ncuti. Come on, Ncuti.
Come and be a guest. But the thing that this shows to a lot of people, I think, especially me, is acceptance and change is a thing that not a lot of people like in their lives, but this makes it okay. Like, your main character dies, but you get to love them again in a new way.
Yeah, they live
And
on.
the transition from Tennant to Smith really cemented that for me. It was like, oh, anyone has the capability of doing this. And it's always sad when everything always ends and it's sad. Then it begins again and it's be happy. And then squeeze this weird head thing with a fucking afro. But as sad as it is that one era is ending, it's
Only
just the
restarting.
excitement of the possibilities are endless. What will we see in Series 14? What do you want to see in Series 14? Are you happy that Ncuti Gatwa is the Doctor? You fucking should be, because if you're replying to anything in terms of just like being flat out racist or fucking xenophobic, then not welcome here. Bye bye.
No,
But
bye-bye.
please get in touch with your thoughts about the future of Doctor Who. In either the comments below, or you can email them.
At nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com.
As always, you can follow at Pasted Sheep across Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram across the week, and get in contact with us through that way if you so wish. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share if you have not done so already. What remains for me to say is I have been George.
I have been Connor.
That has been
My
Connor.
companion.
Who would you cast as Ncuti's companions? Let's get some.
Yeah, let's get some. Yeah, I can't think of
Two
fucking
maximum,
no one.
for the love of God. Let's not have
Two,
another
yeah,
fucking
three,
mad TARDIS
three
team.
is the one thing we can take.
Maybe.
Remove. Yeah, get rid of 3.
But
Two.
yes,
Do 2.
do get in contact with us, and we'll see you again next time.
Yeah, I guess for the next 100, baby. The next 100. The 100.
We celebrate the end of 100, the next 100,
100. Yeah.
by welcoming in change and new things.
From all
We're
corners.
cancelled.